hell? This doesn't make any sense anymore. Yeah, at this point he's just like, God damn it, who haven't I? Yeah, I know. Before hilarious, she just like walks to the cafeteria. He just like sees Mrs. Kiosk out of the corner of his eye. He's like, no, 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 no. He just starts freaking out, just like, dear God, no, 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 not you, not you, please, God, no. Ugh, I could definitely see how I could end up in a relationship with Meiya or class rep or one of the others. Not much isn't out of the realm of possibility. But Yuko-sensei? There's not a single reason I could see for the two of us to get together. Because you. That's what I wanted, alright? Get off my ass. There's no way Sensei would do something like that with me. I'm younger than her, and she's constantly making fun of me and treating me like a little kid. In that sense, I can at least rule out the possibility that it's a memory from one of my previous loops here, right? Nope. And it was totally different from the flashback I had about the hot springs earlier, so it couldn't have been from my world either. That one had to have been just a weird fantasy. Nope. Or at most a memory I inherited from some parallel universe version of me. Perhaps. No, no, who were we kidding? You got on with Yuko. And you should be proud of it, goddammit. You should be proud that you got to get into Yuko, alright? That is an honor, good sir. Listen, if there's been one woman that's held a special place in my heart, even long before Sumika. Well, actually, no, Sumika showed up first in the game. But listen, Yuko will always be right here. That's why I hold unlimited in high regards. It's the only time I get anything out of Yuko, goddammit. Anyway, I'm just fucking rambling and thinking about my own personal desires. Like Sensei just told me, there's no point in ruminating over this stuff, except there is, because it's Yuko. Anyway, even if I find out where these visions are coming from, it's not going to change a thing. Sumika's mind and thought processes are stabilizing quicker and quicker by the day. She's completely aware of her own situation now. If she can become friends with Meiya and the others within the next 2 weeks, we shouldn't have anything to worry about in the upcoming operation. Don't think like that at all, sir. We shouldn't have anything to worry about. That's when people start dying, and that's when I start feeling sad. And if all goes according to plan, we'll be eliminating yet another huge threat to humanity. For now, though, just need to focus on me and Sumika. Yes. But also don't let that memory slip away, goddammit. So she's got her own room on this floor now, huh? I guess it's only natural, given that she's a member of the unit now, but considering how unstable she was only a few days ago, it does feel a bit surreal. Still, it's a little much that Sensei put her room right next to mine. Guess it's my own fault for telling her Sumika was my next door neighbor, though. I know she wants everyone to figure out that Sumika and I are in a relationship, but it feels way too blatant. My closest neighbor in the unit used to be Meiya. She was 3 doors down. Well, maybe blatant is the way to go here, I guess. Oh man, I'm actually getting all tense. I'm feeling just as nervous as I did when I saw Sumika in the other world during those transfer experiments. I know I was just talking to her earlier today, but she ended up staying behind in the PX to talk to everyone while I went to visit Sensei. So I haven't really had a chance to talk with Sumika one-on-one since she became normal, so to speak. For some reason it feels like I'm seeing her for the first time in a long while, probably because I basically had to treat her like a little kid up until now. Alright, can't just stand here. Let's do this thing. Wait, why the hell am I giving myself a pep talk over this? I'm getting all self-conscious now. It's probably because Yuko-sensei kept pressuring me to take our relationship to the next level. Just act natural. You can do this. No. That's it. That sounded exactly like Sumika. Oh my god, this is incredible. Sumika.
Takeru-chan.
So, hey, I was hoping we could talk for a bit. Is that cool? She seems uncertain. Oh, hey, Kasumi. Hey, Kasumi. Didn't know you were here. What have you guys been up to? Still? I wonder if they're gonna start having sleepovers up here. I'm guessing she's mainly here to keep an eye on Sumika. Oh, that's great. Oh, you guys are still keeping up with that. Where are you going, Kasumi? Huh? What's up with her? Why is she suddenly being all considerate now? Besides, I don't think she's ever just gone out on a stroll before. Yeah, we don't mind if you're here. 3 of us have always been together, right? Come back inside, Kasumi. Poor Kasumi's just like, wait, this isn't part of the plan. Does the idea of being apart from Kasumi really bother you that much? Well, I guess it makes sense since they've always been together. Huh.
私、今日いろんな人と話したんで、ちょっと疲れちゃって。
Oh yeah, I guess it makes sense.
だから、今日はもう眠たいんだ。
Okay, no worries. She must have been pretty nervous having to meet so many new people all at once, so I'm not surprised it wore her out. I'm sure they didn't ask any overly personal questions since they know she's involved in a special mission, but it still must have been hard to keep up with those guys. I'm guessing it put quite a bit of strain on her quantum conductive brain, meaning her ODL's probably degraded a fair bit too. Simulated sleep helps maintain the illusion of humanity, and since they said her circulatory system helps purify her ODL a little while she sleeps, so if she's feeling tired, I really shouldn't stick around. Well, I guess we'll just have to talk tomorrow then.
でも、
It's fine, don't worry about it. Sorry I interrupted your game.
いえ、私は。ごめんね。
Hey, no sweat. Have a nice night, you two.
おやすみ。
You know, Kasumi's trying to send us some fucking messages here. She's like, dude, no, what are you doing? You're supposed to get in there.
おやすみなさい。
Holy shit, dude. That was actually her. The real Sumika, in the flesh. God, this is so insane. Felt just like I was talking to her back in my world. I did think she was being a little overly polite when I introduced her to the others earlier, but just now, sure, she seemed a little tired, but that was definitely the Sumika I know. Man, oh man. Compared to how she was doing 2 days ago, it's like a total revelation. If this is the kind of improvement we can expect going forward, then maybe she really will be completely stable within the next few days. Yeah, if you two can get your shit together. He's too much of an idiot to realize like there's still some kind of rift between these two right now. Hell yeah, baby. Can hardly wait. Yeah, baby.
今日のシミュレーター訓練は初めてのスサノオとの連携パターンだったわけだけど、
Yes, and?
初めての連携で背部突入20回中11回の破壊と7回の制圧は驚異的とも言える数字よ。特に最後の3回 S 難度の実戦モードを全て
Oh, S rank difficulty.
もはや神業だわ。
Same here, honestly. I think we're all pretty giddy about that.
みんなよくやったわ。あんたたちは最高のエースよ。
ありがとうございます。
They really did do an awesome job. Everyone seems to be brimming with confidence now. Now that we've got definitive intel on each and every hive, and we know they're building us another Susano, our team morale is at an all-time high. And after getting results like that, well, I think anyone would get a little cocky.
懸案だった B 小隊の配置問題は白金のワントップを当面の基本フォーメーションとする。この数字が出た以上誰も文句ないでしょ。昨日も言ったけど、あとは成功率 100% を当たり前にするだけよ。
了解。伝達です。明日の11時に部隊に機体が引き渡され、13時より稼働可能となります。
So they finished the overhaul, huh? I guess we'll finally be piloting TSS with live S11s. Admit, I'm a little nervous about it.
聞いての通りよ。全員13時からハンガーに入って各種調整。15時から第2演習場で実機演習よ。
了解。
明日以降は基本的に午前シミュレーター訓練、午後は実機演習とするわ。鏡はスサノオが組み上がるまでデータリンクで演習に参加。いいわね。
はい。
Huh, I know Sumika's simulator could do that. The interior of it looks pretty much identical to ours, so it's weird to think it would have all sorts of unique little... Oh wait, she doesn't need to use the physical controls at all. Duh. Cockpit's probably just for show, isn't it? That makes a lot more sense. Sure, everyone knows the Susano is different from traditional TSFs, but raise a few eyebrows for didn't at least have basic control sticks in there. That must be why they designed it to look just like ours.
100% になったら作戦前に1日休暇が取れるように申請してあげる。
Oh, some leave time? Maybe some time for us to, get a little bit closer with a certain red-headed robot?
解散。すごいわね、鏡。とても初めて直縁機部隊と連携したなんて思えないわ。
I love that suit, though. Pink and black, that's some tight shit.
ありがとう。でもシミュレーターでずっとやってたから。
なるほど。私たちの起動データさえあればシミュレーター上で再現可能だからな。
それでも再現率は 100% じゃないんだからすごいよ。タケルといい、スミカさんといい、副司令が連れてくる人たちはみんな天才エースだね。
頼もしいですよね。そんなことないよ。みんなだってすごいよ。
Can't believe they've already bonded so much in just one day. They're already being nice to her because she's a newcomer. After seeing her fight, they're clearly fascinated by her combat abilities as well. I mean, that's perfectly normal, of course. I certainly got a different reception in this timeline compared to the previous one.
ねえねえ鏡、一つ聞きたいんだけど。
何？
あの家電粒子砲、鏡は実際に撃ったことあるの？
私も聞きたいです。
どんな感じ？やっぱりスカッとするの？
家電粒子砲はイカれる人類の鉄槌だよね。僕も撃ってみたいな。
That's gonna bring back fucking unpleasant memories.
すごい迫力だよね。シミュレーターだって分かっていても
She's very uncomfortable with this.
私たちは実写を間近で見ているからな。あの時の記憶がイメージを保管するのであろう。
Yeah, I'm sure it left a lasting impression on her too. For different reasons. Okay, this conversation's starting to veer into some dangerous territory. Maybe we should interject here.
僕は軌道にも興味があるな。重力制御機に乗ったらどういう感じなのかな。
私はふわふわしているイメージですよ。
鏡、秘密だったら遠慮なくそう言ってね。みんな単に興味で聞いてるだけだから。
Nice one, class rep. No, I can count on you.
ごめんね。そういうこと一切言っちゃいけないの。
そっか。まあそうだよね。
ごめんね。
鏡、気にするでない。そなたは軍人として正しい対応をしただけだ。
そうそう、気にしないで。私にしてみれば聞くのはただだからさ、つい調子に乗っちゃうんだよね。
じゃあ次から有料化。
あやみね、それどういうこと？
鈴宮が調子に乗ってるか
I love Ayumi.
なんですって？
ら自分で言ったのに怒るのはおかしい。
はいはい、その辺にしておきなさい。それ、
しずる。
あやみねとやり合うには、あかねは直情的すぎるわ。や
Oof.
めといた方が自分のためよ。
That's gotta really fucking hurt coming from Chizuru.
そんなことないよ。
さすが千鶴さん。対計算戦術に関しては感触が違うね。
鈴宮元気だしな。
あんたが言うな。
おかしいでしょ。いつもこんな感じなんだよ。
鏡が鈴宮はおかしいって。
あんたもよ。
What? Sumika just laughed. She actually laughed. I know it's a pretty mundane thing to get all spun up about, but holy crap. Feels like it's been forever since I last saw Sumika this relaxed. Thanks so much, you guys. I guess being around other people really made all the difference for her. Alright, time for me to join in. Oh, god, they look very displeased to see Shirogane. Sounds like you guys are having fun. What are you all talking about?
別になんでもないよ。
Yeah, mind your fucking business. Get out of here, dick. Looks like Ayumi got under your skin, huh? I can tell.
白金目が腐ってるんじゃないの？誰のコテンパンよ、誰が。
どう見てもそなたであろう。
もう、いつの気分だ。
Trust me, totally feel your pain. It's best just to give up. You ever heard of a thing called survival of the fittest?
はぁ？何？
No one could fucking survive against Ayumine. In Squad 207B, the law of the jungle was in full effect. You guys over in 207A may have had a more organized social structure. Ours was a wasteland where only the most brutal of monsters got a say. Don't feel bad that you can't hang.
はぁ。
Yeah, now they're all giving Takeru weird looks. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? If anything, just goes to show that you're far more civilized than us. You should be proud.
白金、怪獣って誰のこと？
鏡見れば
結構よ。
Hey, nice job, class rep. Didn't even flinch. You really are getting better.
ひどいですよ、タケルさん。いくらなんでも榊さんが怪獣だなんて。
玉瀬？
Tama, proud of you for standing up for what you believe in, but you kinda missed the point.
ニキさん違うよ。怪獣は千鶴さんとケイさんの2人だよ。
鎧？
Not quite, Makoto. I mean, you're definitely getting warmer, but still.
そなたたち、タケルは己以外すべて怪獣だと言っているのだぞ。
タケルさん、
ひどいな
Took you guys long enough.
なんだかわからないけど、なんとなくわかったわ。千鶴、苦労したんだね。
あかね。
だから鈴宮も頑張れ。
だからなんであやみねが言うのよ。
What do you think, Sumika? This guy's pretty crazy, huh?
楽しいね。
They are very fun. I guess she's still pretty nervous. It is only her second day, so I can't really blame her. I'm sure it'd be different if Kasumi were here with us.
この者の周囲には常に笑いがある。
Ooh. Yeah, she doesn't like that. She doesn't like Meiya being all happy about Takeru. That image is still burning her brain.
この者がいなくとも、先ほどのように私たちが笑い合えるようになったのはタケルのおかげなのだ。
Ouch. Whoa, where's this coming from? You're hyping me up way too much.
何照れてるのよ。本当のことでしょ、小隊長。
Are you gonna stop calling me that?
タケルさんはそうやってみんなの緊張をほぐしてくれてるんですよね。
へえ。
Come on, guys. This is getting weird. Can we stop talking about this? You're killing me here.
そなたはタケ
You
ル
okay,
と特殊任務を共にする機会も多いのであろう。道中さぞや賑やかなのであろうな。ああ、任務に関わること、おいそれと答えるわけにはいかないのであったな。
そうじゃないんだけど。
まして立ち入ったことを聞くつもりもなかったのだ。許す。
そんな、別に。
Meiya's really trying to talk with Sumika, but it's not going that well. Can't really tell if that's because of that image Sumika saw, or just because she's nervous. It's definitely the first one.
なんか白金って意外に人望あるんだね。びっくり。
Huh? That was very nice, Suzumiya. Words can hurt you now.
言うのはただだから。
And how would you know?
どうした？
私、そろそろ行くね。
一緒に夕食。
福祉霊のところへ行かなきゃならないから。
Huh? But why? Does she need to purify her ODL already?
そうか。それは仕方がないな。
There's no way just spending time around other people puts that much burden on her brain. Sensei would have mentioned something like that. No shit, dude. It's obviously there's something here. It's not a physical thing. Well, a relatively physical thing.
じゃあまた明日ね。
またね。
頑張ってくださいね。じゃあ、また。
じゃあ私たちも行きましょうか。
じゃあね。
タケル、
ではな。
タケルさん、待って。
Oh? Are you gonna go get changed with the others? What, dude? Why are you staring at me like that?
わからないでもないか。
See, what are you talking about?
なんでもない。じゃあね。
Hey! Man, what's up with her? Oh, whatever. More importantly, what's going on with Sumika? She said she was pretty tired yesterday, too. Is she doing okay? I assume she was just nervous, but maybe she's not feeling well or something. Well, since it's monitoring her vitals at all times, so I'm sure she'd come running if something went wrong. I guess I shouldn't be too worried. God, you fucking idiot. Besides, she was laughing earlier. That was definitely new. An undeniable proof of how much progress she's made. If she wasn't feeling herself, there's no way she would have been able to laugh like that. It's only been 2 days since she got this stable. I'm probably just being impatient is all.
白金。
You're quick as always. Already done changing? Whoa, I can smell the soap wafting off her.
ほう。貴様いい度胸だな。
Huh, makes you say that.
就任して初めての小隊長ミーティングをすっぽかす気か？
A meeting? As flight commander? Oh crap. I was so focused on Sumika I completely forgot. I'll go get changed right away.
もう始まるぞ。そのままでいいから来い。
Okay. Yeah, that was something else. Well, can't say I was prepared for this. I knew the whole shtick about being a flight commander in name only was gonna mean I had no new responsibilities. But even so, they definitely made me play the part today. I guess that shouldn't be a surprise. They didn't call me out for a meeting yesterday, so I'm guessing the other two were doing a lot of prep work to help me make the transition. We reviewed our training footage and tried to find mistakes in the formations, checked the fluctuations in everyone's vital signs, dug into our own movement data. Being a flight commander sure isn't easy. I guess this is the kind of grunt work that ultimately helps our unit work so effectively on the battlefield. While each subordinate works independently to eliminate their mistakes, the flight commander works under the assumption that everyone will mess up at some point and develops contingency plans accordingly. Like Lieutenant Hayase once said, it's crazy to think that Captain Ismi was able to fulfill all the duties of being a unit commander without ever letting any of us see how difficult it was. Now that I'm in a similar position, I can truly appreciate how impressive that is. Though, I guess it only makes sense that she'd take it seriously. She said she'd lost several of her subordinates before. One wrong order could get someone killed, and it won't always be at the hands of the enemy. After all, the further into the hive we go, the less space we'll have to maneuver, making the Rutherford field of the Susanoo a threat as well. In fact, 2 of our failures today were due to most of our escorts coming too close to the Rutherford field and self-destructing, leaving the Susanoo a sitting duck for the beta to swarm in and capture. Even in the 17 times we were successful, not everyone survived. We never had a perfect survival rate, not even once. It's not about a perfect survival rate, it's about a perfect success rate. In a world like this, it doesn't matter whether the surface pilots survive for a mission to be considered a success, it's just an added bonus if they do. Not that I ever thought the first lieutenants were just writing off their lives, of course, but today was the first time I saw just how much work they put into keeping us safe. This isn't the sort of job you can give to a person who's too preoccupied with their own issues. I definitely understand what Lieutenant Munakata meant now. She told me I've already grown enough, but since I've only been given half the duties of a real flight commander, I definitely still have a long way to go. Sure, I'm Storm Vanguard 1 and all, but Lieutenant Hayase has been juggling her duties as a unit commander while also maintaining her position as the unit's strongest pilot. I still can't compete with her. But I do want to reach her level. I hope I can get there soon.
Takeru.
Huh? No, don't sit with me. Don't.
今夕食か最近そなたはいつも遅いな
No, don't sit with me. You're gonna make things worse, Meiya. Meiya, don't. Yeah, I was in a meeting with the other flight commanders.
なるほど早瀬中尉と宗像中尉はどうした
Seems like they're working through Wait, did she say Kazuma and Munakata? Did she say Kazuma and Munakata? Did I read that right? Hayase Munakata. Okay, I was like, if it's Kazuma Munakata, they're off doing gay stuff. But nah, it's Hayase Munakata. Seems like they're working through dinner. But hey, don't just stand there, have a seat.
あそうだな
No, don't do this. So hey, I wanted to thank you.
なんだやぶから棒に
Well, I can tell you're really making an effort to help Sumika feel welcome.
なんだそのよ
I don't really know if she's still nervous about all this or not, but I'd appreciate it if you kept that up. I should probably tell Meiya more about Sumika, even if it has to be fairly vague. Sumika saw that image that flashed through my mind, so we really need Meiya to get along with her. More importantly, I wouldn't want to keep my guiding light completely in the dark.
そなたがそれを私に頼むのは鏡が同じ特殊任務に従事する戦友だから
And also because I plan on plowing that robot. I mean, huh?
それとも鏡がそなたの幼馴染だからか
Huh?
あるいはそれ以外に何がしかの理
All
由
of
が
the
あるか
above. Why is she asking that? How much does Meiya know? Yeah, so about that. Damn it, she beat me to the punch. This is awkward. What?
そんな思い詰めた顔をするでない
Huh? Does it look like I am?
何も特殊任務の機密情報を教えろと言っているのではない
Yeah, I know.
鏡はそなたにとってかけがえのない
Large
存
facts.
在なのであろう
Huh?
もっとわかりやすく言えばそなたは鏡を愛しているのであろう
How did you... So you knew, huh?
ああ知ってしまったのだ
What do you mean not intentionally?
白縫いが搬入された日の深夜
So last Friday? That was the day I gave Sumika that Santa rabbit. Oh, right, because he was talking about getting a gift.
そなたが鏡と二人で校舎裏の林から出てくるのを見た
Oh, shit, she saw Sumika before anything happened. Huh? Meiya saw us too? Fuck, did they all see... Oh, you saw that, huh?
許すがよいそのつもりはなかった日課を終えて人の気配がしたのでふと見るとそなたたちだったのだ
Alright, Meiya always runs laps out in the track each night. In fact, I even ran into her there on my first night in this loop, didn't I? Nah, it's okay. Don't need to apologize.
その前日 PX でそなたに会った際最前線で鏡と再会できたことを聞いていたのでもしやと思ったが
Yeah, I would have probably shrugged it off too if I were you. But what made you think that I was in love with her?
そうだな 平たく言えば邪推。
What do you mean?
PX で鏡へのクリスマスプレゼントを悩んでいるそなたを見たり、その日の夕刻、鎧の誘いを口ごもったそなたが私に促されて初めて特殊任務だと言ったこと。その特殊任務の時間に女子と二人で夜の林にいたこと。細かい話をすればキリがないが、そういったことから邪推したのだ。
Wow, I guess that's female intuition for you.
恥ずかしい限りだが、私もこのような激した想像にふけることがあるのだ。
Meiya.
このような勘繰りはそなたを侮辱したに等しい。許すがよい。
Nah, don't worry about it. It's totally normal to have suspicions and jump to conclusions about that sort of thing. Besides, I have a lot of respect for you for being so upfront with me about it. I can't imagine it's easy to talk about. I definitely appreciate the sentiment. But really, you need to stop being so hard on yourself all the time. You've got no ties to the shogunate anymore, so there's no need for you to hold yourself to such impossible standards. Otherwise, you're just going to burn yourself out, and it'll take a toll on all the people around you as well. Not everyone in this world was raised to be as disciplined as you. If you want to start blending in with the pack, you're going to have to loosen up a bit.
タケル、そなた。
I'm not saying you should stop being yourself, of course. I just think you could really stand to cut yourself a bit more slack. Don't get me wrong, though. I wouldn't want you to be totally vulgar either. You're just a bit too noble for your own good. You gotta learn to take it easy and just go with the flow sometimes. I mean, everyone else has been changing a lot lately, haven't they?
そうだな。
Tama's voicing her own opinions more, even if it directly opposes someone else's. Class rep's gotten much more careful with her words and seems a lot more open-minded now.
綾峰もあの者なりに他人に関わろうとしているのがわかる。
Yeah, and heck, even Makoto's paying a lot better attention to the flow of our conversations now.
確かにな。
So, I don't think there's any reason why you can't change too. I think the 12-5 incident, Sergeant Jinguji's death, and Operation 21st all had a hand in changing those guys. Or at least those are the events that made them start wanting to change themselves. It was probably Captain Isumi's advice that gave them the final push they needed. And they got right to work after that, too, without taking a single day to mourn. None of them tried to use their grief as an excuse to put it off. That was definitely the words of Captain Isumi at work, I think.
そうだな。だが私はあの者たちが変わった理由はそれだけではないと思う。
You think there's more to it?
125事件や神宮寺軍曹の事件はいずれも私たちが巻き込まれる側にいた。
Yeah, you're right.
自分の力ではどうしようもない流れの中で身近なもの、そうでないものを問わず多くの者たちが落命していったのだ。それについて己の力不足をいくら悔やもうが、個人の力だけではどうにもならない部分がほとんどであったのだ。
True.
そういった状況を打開できるほどの力を自分が持つにはどれだけの歳月がかかるのか。そう考えたとすれば、無意識に諦めに似た思いを抱いても不思議ではない。
So basically, you think we kinda got smacked down by reality.
まあ、そういう言い方もできような。
You never seem too fazed by either of those incidents, but I guess that's because you've lived your whole life grappling with the same kinds of doubts. At the very least, they've always been lurking somewhere in the corners of your mind. That's why you were able to take Her Highness's place when the shogunate was in real danger. That's why you were willing to sacrifice your own body when I was having that total mental breakdown, even though you'd already lost everything yourself. God, you really do blow me away.
高21号作戦での特にいすみ大尉の死は本質的な意味が違う。
Right, I see what you mean. Instead of getting killed in battle or something, she actually chose to die of her own free will.
そうだ。ある意味では状況に翻弄されながらも自らの選択によって状況を打開し、その後の流
Okay,
れ
I
を
see
変え
your
たの
point
だ。
now. Yeah.
いかに大尉とて一介の兵士に過ぎないのは事実だ。だがそういった力なき立場にあっても状況を変えうるのだということを大尉は示したのだ。
And you think that's what motivated everyone to change?
その前にもう一つ。ここからが私の言うそれだけではない部分なのだが、
What's the other part then?
あの者たちは立て続けに起きた2つの事件で現実に打ちひしがれた。それによってもともと持っていた自らが戦う理由が揺らいだのだと思う。
Understandable. I mean, shit, that's what happened to good old Takeru here. Makes sense. In my case, all I had to lean on was some vague notion that I was helping to bring about humanity's victory.
だが あれほど動揺していたそなたが単独任務に赴いたことはあの者たちへの奮起を促した。そなたが単独任務に赴いた後、皆で集まって話をする機会があってな。皆そなたに負けぬよう己の心を鍛え直すと言っておった。
That's gonna fuck with them.
そしてそなたが戻るまでの間、死を失った同じ悲しみを共有する仙人たちと接し、あの者たちはもっと明確で具体的な自らが戦う理由をも見つけたに違いない。
That's great.
だからこそ泉大尉の挺身から多くを学び、あのような形となって現れたのであろう。
Man, Meiya never ceases to impress me. She's known what she was fighting for from the start, so it must have been crystal clear to her that the rest of us were struggling to find our own motivation. So in that sense, maybe we finally caught up to her level, or at least gotten a little closer to it. You know, come to think of it,
なんだ。
that night before the operation, I had a kind of similar discussion with Captain Ismi. Well, we mostly just talked about our own personal motivations for fighting, so I guess it's not entirely the same thing.
大尉が戦う理由か。差し支えなければ私も知りたいな。
Well, basically she told me about this study the Americans did on soldiers from World War II and onwards, in which they asked what each of them were fighting for. Got some pretty surprising answers. I figured most people would have said they were fighting for their country or their family or something, but I was wrong. Apparently, it didn't matter whether they were fighting Beta or other people. The vast majority of soldiers fought to keep their comrade in arms alive.
戦友のため。
You got it. They wanted to protect the people who'd been through hell and high water with them. Once you get out on the battlefield, thinking about your family or your country isn't enough to keep you going. You need a more personal reason, something more immediate.
身近な理由か。
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I realize I've been through that same dilemma myself in a way, though it's not a perfect example. During the 12-5 incident, when humanity's victory was the only thing I was fighting for, I couldn't even give the Shogun the triazolam she needed. I knew full well that it was the correct choice, that it would give us a chance to wrap up the mission quickly and without further casualties. I knew that doing nothing would put our whole squad and everyone else involved in danger. I knew I should have done whatever it took to put an end to that stupid infighting as quickly as possible, but I just couldn't do it. It wasn't because I had some other plan, or because she's the Shogun or anything. I saw the end of humanity with my own two eyes, for crying out loud. And yet, it was just, as soon as I realized I might be directly responsible for a young woman's death, I had no idea what to do.
そうか。
Though, to be fair, that probably had more to do with me being a shitty soldier than what we're talking about now. But the point is, you've got to have an incredible amount of resolve to get by on nothing but vague, abstract sources of motivation. Unless your mind's built like a tank, you're going to have to rely on more specific and tangible goals. That's why people who can fight for such broad goals are so awe-inspiring to me. People like Yuko-sensei, the Shogun, and Lieutenant Tsukiyomi, Captain Sagiri, and Major Wakin. Not to mention the fathers of the other girls from our squad. And of course, people like you, Meiya.
よせ、そこに名を連ねることを良しとするほど、私。
But you never wavered the way the rest of us did. Your motivations have been set in stone from the start.
私はそうやって生きるしか術がなかっただけだ。
Doesn't matter. You never once doubted your reason for fighting. I still look up to you for that.
それは光栄だが、泉大尉に私がいただいた言葉。
Can you refresh my memory? I don't remember. I did.
私は抜き身の刀だそうだ。
Yeah, I've gotten that impression from you too. You always seem really intense in combat, especially.
刀とは収まっている時が最も威力があるものなのだそうだ。
Because it gives their user more options, right?
私は視野の狭さもそうだが、先ほども言ったが、恥ずかしながらそのような生き方しか知らないのだ。
And that's kind of her fucking justification for the way she acted in Extra as well. She's like, I can't be anyone else because this is the shit I know, unfortunately. That was kind of the whole fucking her character arc in that game, was getting over, you know, the shit she had learned being this, you know, spoiled rich girl. Come on, you know that's not what the captain was trying to tell you.
分かっている。警護リストから抹消されたことを大尉は気にかけてくださったのだ。用済みとなった私が死に場所を求めて戦うのではないかと心配してくださったのだ。そなたも同様だったな。
So she could tell, huh?
だが心配には及ばぬ。
I mean,
警護リストから抹消されたことで
and that's what
私
Takeru
は
fucking
やっ
said
と
to
己の戦
Tsukiyomi
いを
now.
許される立場となったのだ。
Meiya.
無論これまで心に置いていた戦う理由がブレるものではないが、だが私も遅まきながらそなたの言う身近な戦う理由とやらを見つけようと思う。
I'm glad to hear it.
一日も早く皆に追いつけるようにな。
Man, I was completely off base here. I always thought Meiya was way ahead of us all, but she felt exactly the opposite. I can definitely understand why she might see her lack of a personal reason to fight as a disadvantage.
いすみ大尉が戦う身近な理由とはいかなるものであったのだろうな。私ももっと大尉と話す機会をいただけばよかったな。
Okay, I know this is super private information, but Meiya's really trying to take a step forward here. You understand, right, Captain? The captain told me that first she was fighting for a chance to see the man she loved again.
大尉が
She was the second of 4 sisters, and all of them were in love with the same childhood friend of theirs.
幼なじみか。
But apparently he was so dense that none of them were able to make any headway. I think that must have made it even more frustrating to be apart from him. But according to her, it all fell to the wayside after a while. Soon enough, she found herself fighting primarily to protect her comrades, just like in the study. She never forgot her ultimate goals of humanity's victory or alternative force success. Once she started racking up combat experience, her motives began to shift. Maybe she just wanted something more tangible to risk her life for, something to reassure her that her death wouldn't be in vain. The captain said it was probably just her getting overly sentimental, but in any case, that's how she ended up. You know, she told me something just before we all said our individual goodbyes to her. She told me that in her final moments, she was thinking about her family and that childhood friend. The thing is, one of her little sisters was a member of Whiskey Unit in Operation 21st. Of course, her sister had no idea that the captain was participating in the same campaign. Our identities and missions are all top secret, so there's no way anyone in the IJF would have known that Captain Ismi was involved. But she was actually grateful for that. She said it would allow her sister to fight without having to worry about another family member's safety. This is just me speculating, but I think the reason she volunteered to manually detonate the Susano was to increase the odds of her sister surviving. Obviously, that doesn't change the fact that she did it to keep the Susano out of the enemy's hands. But when she shot down the possibility of a rescue attempt, I think it was because she'd already decided to destroy the Sadogashima hive in order to save the people she loved. Kashiwagi was the same way, but I think the captain did what she did because she knew it would fulfill not only the mission, but her personal wishes as well. In that sense, she really was an extraordinary person.
そなたの言う通りだ。
Fuck yeah, she was.
私は泉大尉にもっと教えを請いたかった。
Yeah, me too. I think that's about the only thing we needed that she couldn't do for us. Though if she were here right now, I'm sure she'd yell at us for complaining, tell us to figure it out for ourselves.
そうだな。そなたの尊敬は大尉にこそふさわしい。
That's not true. I respect anyone who surpasses me in some way. That's why I think you're extraordinary too. You're more than just a comrade to me. You're my guiding light, Meiya.
尊い存在。
Kinda like what First Lieutenant Suzumiya is for Lieutenant Hayase. This was something that came up when I was talking to Lieutenant Munakata yesterday. She said that people never really stop growing and maturing. She told me I'd gotten to the point where I was starting to understand myself as an individual. And she said that people who understand themselves can struggle through 100 identical challenges and grow a little more every single time. But when you start to worry that maybe you've strayed down the wrong path, that's when you need a guiding light to show you the way. It could be anyone, as long as they know who you really are deep down. Doesn't matter how old they are or what gender or how long you've known them. It's someone who listens to you when you're down, gives you candid advice when you need it, smacks some sense into you when you royally screw up. Not to lay on the pressure or anything, but you're the first person who comes to mind that fits that description, Meiya.
なんと光栄
Hell
な
yeah,
こと
real
だ。
homie shit. You might not think so highly of yourself, but the fact remains that you've done so far, that the stuff you've done so far has given me good cause to respect you. And you have a duty and obligation to ensure that my respect isn't misplaced. Remember that? It's exactly what you said to me when I lost my shit after Sergeant Jinguji's death.
まさかこのようなタイミングでその言葉が自分に返ってこようとはな。
Gotcha, didn't I?
まったく、そなたは執念深い男だ。
Oh, trust me, I've got more of your little inspirational quotes where that one came from. Better watch out.
肝に銘じておこう。ところでタケル、
By the way, Sumika's been fucking staring daggers at me from the corner of the room. I mean, what?
そなたは今何を理由に戦っているのだ？
Huh? Me?
人類の勝利だけでは戦えなくなったという先ほどの話。
Oh, yeah. Guess I didn't.
工学のためだ。
I must
ぜひ
know.
聞かせてくれ。
It's gonna be a bit hard to explain since I can't tell her everything, but here goes nothing, I guess. Well, like the captain, I'm still fighting to protect the Earth and all of mankind. That much hasn't changed. But in any case, with the 12-5 incident and everything that came afterwards, it became pretty obvious that wasn't going to be enough. So now I found a long-term goal to work towards, even after we win this war, and a tangible short-term motive as well.
人類の勝利の先にあるものか。どのようなことだ？
Classified. Well, this might be a little vague, but basically I want to fix everything I've broken and regain the things I once held dear. There's no way that it's going to be enough to convey the message to her, but I can't go into any more detail.
では、そなたが戦う身近な理由は何だ？
Sumika. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm also fighting because I don't want to see any of you die, just like the captain said. But if I ever had to self-destruct inside a hive, I'd probably be thinking of Sumika in my final moments.
そうか。愚問であったな。
Man, it's pretty embarrassing to actually say it out loud, though.
いや、恥じることはない。それが普通なのであろう。
Well, in any case, there's my answer.
鏡を思い、そして人類を救い、壊してしまったもの、失われてしまった大切なものを取り戻すか。
Yeah,
そなたらしいスケールの大きさだな。
just you wait and see. I'm not just all talk.
頼もしいな。そなたにこれ以上遅れを取らぬよう、私も戦うための身近な理由を早く見つけないとな。
Yeah, I hope you do. For what it's worth, I hope that someday I can be a guiding light for you as well, or at least a confidant.
それは難しいな。
Yeah, I know. I'm not even close to earning that right yet. I'm gonna work my ass off to get there.
そうか。
Just you watch. One of these days, you'll have no choice but to admit it.
私もそうなればよ
It's
いと
gonna
思
be in her
う。
fucking dying moments that she admits it, isn't it? Don't think just because I've been smiling these last few hours that, you know, my pessimism isn't still very active, alright? My pessimism is on high alert, alright? My paranoia has never been higher, alright? I still, like, don't think just because we've had nothing but these feel-good, well, mostly feel-good moments. There's the awkwardness with Sumika that still needs to be addressed, but mostly feel-good moments and whatnot that I'm still not like, no, people are about to fucking die. I swear I'll make it happen. When it does, I'll finally repay you for everything. I've still gotta wipe out the beta and deal with whatever turned me back into a causality conductor before I can head home. Right? Should give me plenty of time to work with.
さて、長居してしまったな。
Wait, you're leaving already?
ああ、明日から実機訓練が再開する。そろそろ休んでおかなければな。
Aren't you gonna go for a jog first?
当然だ。
But of
では
course.
な。
I wanted to tell her more about Sumika, but I didn't get the chance. Not that I'm complaining, of course. We still made a lot of progress here today. It was all the stuff we were gonna have to talk about sooner or later. I feel a lot better knowing where her mind is at right now, and where she's planning to make improvements going forward. God, she's so strong. I knew she wasn't the type to get stuck in a rut for long, but still. I'll have to keep an eye out for a chance to tell her more about Sumika.
立ち上がれ気高く舞